Here's the cool part. From my perspective, what's great about Kronk isn't the model server itself, though we're doing some really cool things with it. It's the fact that this is an SDK. I want to get rid of the model server, if I'm being really honest with you. Why should you need a model server to deploy an AI application? Why can't your AI app be the model server as well? It can with Kronk. And so the idea is don't stand up a model server and then stand up your app. We put them together. And now if you wanted to deploy something in Cloud Run, it's one Go binary. Hey, you need a vector database? There are vector databases out there that run embedded in your Go program. Embed that. You can have an entire RAG application in one Go binary because you don't need all these moving parts. You honestly don't. Now, in order to make sure the SDK was robust and it works, I started building this Kronk model server, which started to bring to light all the little optimizations that we needed to make sure this thing runs really, really, really fast and to get local agents running. That was just sort of a bonus. And so this SDK has been heavily dog-fooded, if that's the word, right? Like, I know it's really, really, really solid because of the Kronk model server. But I am not expecting any of you to deploy software with the Kronk model server. I'm expecting you to deploy your own software with the SDK. You understand where I'm going? The Kronk model server for me is so I can run Klein, which I'll show you today, and run a local agent as optimized as any model server out there. Like, that's the cool part of it. But if you're deploying apps with the Kronk model server, I'd be more sad than anything else. Like, I want to get rid of that, right? Rid of that complexity. And just build it in your own Go software. You'll see by the end of the day, I think, that you don't need a model server anymore.